Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, like Defender of the Fatherland, off here to 2 vs 2 on Elst Outskirts. In the north, it's Viklas and Isundil fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, comrade Stalin, taking on the role here of the 3rd Mechanized Corps with Advanced Warfare, Tank Hunter, NKVD, Mechanized Support, Lend-Lease, and Guard Motor. That is quite the eclectic selection. They have Doctrines versus the south. It's Fatal Thoughts and Pineapple the Fruit Dude. Fighting for the Oberkommando Germany, Deutschland. Fighting here for the 5th SS Panzerdivision Viking with Firestorm, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Elite Armoured, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Breakthrough, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, and Overwatch. Also reasonably big selection of doctrines there with mostly infantry bulletins on both sides. We got lots of infantry on both sides as well. Lots of forces for Fatal and Pineapple. Viklas with Maxims and Conscripts. And Isundil with Strafniki, the penal troopers. Men who has been given a chance to redeem themselves in the eyes of Comrade Stalin and the Soviet peoples. Through blood, sweat, tears, but mostly blood. Wiring off here tonight. Can't make it a bit harder there for the Allies to seize and hold the fuel point there. We'll see what further happens there. No sign of a doctrine yet from any side. Sturmpanzers moving up here to hit the northern fuel point. Units staying in a little bit of a longer route there. Fulkers following up here for Fatal Thoughts. In the south, Pineapple is moving up his men. Sandbagging here by the point there. Isundil, of course, with his heavy penal tool build, though, does lack a bit more map control. He's going to be lacking a bit behind that. Of course, be something that Pineapple can exploit by pushing up more aggressively. We'll have to see how he does that, but of course the penal troops are really good in this situation. So I mean, obviously, if Isundil handles them well and he's a high ranked player, it shouldn't be too impossible to turn things around there. Up north here, Viklas and Fatal Thoughts clash. Maximum comes to their backing up, pushing ahead here. Penal troopers there look like they might support, basically leaving Pineapple sort of play around a bit on his own, list, stall a bit there, while the penal troopers then move up to back up his team. In fact, there we go, basically double teaming Fatal Thoughts. They will ever see how quickly Pineapple catches on to this. I mean, at this stage you'd be figuring out, hang on, nothing's happening in my sector. And usually that tends to be occasionally a sign, though, unless of course the opponent's doing nothing, which can happen as well, but that they're ganging up in the other. Of course, sometimes you just don't realise until it's too late. I mean, I've had that happen several times to me. I just go, hang on, they're ganging on my teammate. But still, nice play there by Viklas and Isundil, completely barreling over Fatal Thoughts here. Almost getting wiped in the Sturm Pioneers early. Oh, he gets it! Oh dear. Fatal Thoughts, he needs to fall back as fast as possible. Usually tends to be one of the best things you can do unless you've got a really strong position and some good machine guns. But this early on, the Oberkommando access announced he has to replace the Sturm Pioneers. Well, he doesn't have to, but usually benefits from it. Noting by Pineapple has gone for Elite Armour, but still, big loss there to Fatal Thoughts. Sturm Pioneers went down the drain. Pineapple's taking advantage of this to sort of try and move in, sneak in there. Knows he can't immediately just rush in support anyway, so he's trying to sort of position himself better than support a fresh push for Fatal Thought by the looks of it. Up north here, Fulton with the penal troopers, Scout calling away the Isundil. Viklas with mortar on top of additional infantry. Pineapple going for more Fulkers in the scout car. Fatal Thoughts going for just more Fulks Grenadiers, and of course to replace from Sturm Pioneers. Fulks there versus Conscripts. Sturm Pioneers flanking up further to back up the Fulks Grenadiers, but it's getting pretty dicey here for Pineapple. Fatal Thoughts isn't quite there either, so it could be Pineapple might be extending himself to, basically back up someone who isn't there. Not that it's Fatal Thoughts' fault, he isn't there. But there he goes, going to have to retreat soon. Further finding up north, Fulks about to get wiped out. Oh, that's going to be right, I think, there for Pineapple's not paying attention. The penal troopers do pack a very decisive punch, taking out a Fulks squad, leaving Pineapple there sad. We could even see another Sturm Pioneer squad down here for the Germans, which will definitely be another tragic development in the early game, and of course an amazing development for the Russians of the Soviets. Fulks are moving up here. 2-1 providing covering up fire here for the advancing infantry. They're clearly looking to flash out Viklas, but now of course the situation in the south is potentially looking to deteriorate further. Mortar firing down, killing Jürgen. Otto follows quickly. Second doctrine out is for Viklas is NKVD, and he immediately calls in the Commissar. Hello. 2-2 moving again. Penal troops there routed, moving straight here for the southern fuel point. Battle Group headquarters up there for Pineapple. Rather intense stuff here. 2-1 moving up to deal with the conscripts. Engaging with the machine gun, the Maschinengewehr. Digging in mines then, not bad. Scout car falling a bit back. Up here, troops healing reinforcing. Medics on the way there, so there for Isundil. Penal with anti-tank rifles. We'll have to see what he ends up with. I mean, he could go for Lend-Lease, rare one, but it would be interesting. Mechanized support, and of course, Guard Motor, this seems unlikely since they do offer Guardsmen, and again, would be a nice pick. But on the other hand, I mean, going for Lend-Lease with him access the Dishka head machine gun, and I mean, that's pretty good as well. And the 76mm German is still really good aim for Cedars, and there you go. 2-1 down, bit of a blow there to Pineapple, leaving without any scout vehicles, and of course that matter any vehicles. Up here, Fatal Thoughts is making slow progress again. The munitions point having a small bulge here, but Viklas is very keenly looking to reduce. There we go, charging hit with the Commissar. Will he be boosting some of his forces to fight harder? And that's a pretty good one there to do. Seems like he's not quite keen on that. Still, he's doing plenty of damage here. The Commissar command squad is forcing away the fascists. Forces they're lighting on fire. In the south, Pineapple's counterattack going in there, routing Isundil for now. Up north, Fatal Thoughts forces they're about to get another wipe on them. They go grenade off and manage to get right behind the hedges. Isundil does go for Guard Motor. I would have loved to see Lend-Lease personally, but Guard Motor of course does work. And there you go, calling in a heavy mortar. I was actually kind of expecting a guard squad first, but Isundil clearly prefers a bit of artillery at the moment. Noting by the way that Fatal Thoughts is committed to not one but two Stone Pioneer squads. An aggressive, bold move. I like it. While double Stone Pioneers can be a bit tricky to manage in some ways, they do pack quite a punch and can be quite useful if you know how to handle them. So, thumbs up there to Fatal Thoughts at least braving it. Commissar squad moving in, they could hit the flank. Noting Battle Group headquarters are relatively within range of each other. Interesting to note within there. No doctrine, by the way, for Fatal Thoughts is now the remaining player without one. The other players have now chosen within 10 minutes. In fact, within 7 minutes. Battle Group are risking getting taken out, but with all the Germans around there to draw away and just shoot them, not quite as likely to happen. And there you go. Battle Group headquarters is up, but less half health. Pineapple with a really aggressive push here on the left flank. Mines being laid down as well, very good. And machine guns out for Pineapple. Fatal Thoughts, we'll have to see what he ends up with. Except reinforcements. Anti-tank pintle setting out there. Isundil here converging in for the deal with the presence here. Of course, still got the heavy mortar raid carrying fire as well for them. Engineers heading for the victory point, noting a actually pretty close spot there with only a minuscule lead there for the Germans. You know, that one is vanishing away there. Second mortar up here, bombarding the Battle Group headquarters, looking to finish that one off. Penals were routed here. Pineapple is maintaining a strong presence, or at least a good presence here by the Russian base, which is actually kind of impressive in some ways this early on. Forces of Steel coming about, switching in here to try and flank behind the Russians, or the Soviets. Not bad. Failed Thoughts still without a doctrine. Truck out there. It looks like he's going to play into fast Schwer Panzer headquarters. Not a bad idea. In some ways a bit bold, but certainly the faster the better. And there you go. Isundil with guards. A rifleman now riding to back him up further. Commissar there leading the efforts. No usage of the big Commissar command squad's abilities yet, though. Again, they can be pretty good. In fact, I do believe the not one step back is actually really overlooked. I mean, it can actually really make, for example, even a conscript squad very potent. So, I mean, obviously need to time it correctly, but you know, it's still, I think, a pretty good ability. So, you know, keep that in mind. Good timing of this ability can be quite potent. I certainly haven't tried it with penal troopers, but I could imagine they'd be absolutely bananas. Schwer Panzer Corps to cover the southern field point, very good. Russian artillery fire raining down on Fatal Thoughts positions. He's going for going to counter the Russian artillery, not a bad idea, heading for the calf point there. Nice work there. He could attack head on, but obviously not going to work out well to try and fight around that, since it just hits them in the resources. Good play there. 5th SS Panzer Division Viking right now finds some defense. Oh, Fatal Force, another Sturm Pioneer squad there. 2 Viklas' mortar fire. You can see their Pineapple is planning for repair support with the Sturm Pioneers. Very good work there. Very good. Calf 1 hit. Schwer Panzer Corps is almost done there for Pineapple. Not it's going to be able to do anything with it right away. I imagine Fatal Force will go on soon. And I could imagine them actually trying to set up here so that way they can cover the calf point and the fuel point at the same time. But right now, the Germans probably need to look into somehow switching this battle a bit more in their favour. There you go, command squad there, popping a grenade, causing quite a bit of damage to Veteran 2, closing in Veteran 3. Loading by away that Veteran 2, I believe, was it Veterans 1? Either way, opens up for larger squads for that unit. Basically, it's 6-man squad instead of the 5 they start out with. Oh! Oh, I briefly thought they were quiet, but of course, for some reason, at times this switches row there, and just look, oh, they lost it, but no, they didn't. Maximum Veteran 2, full steel path moving ahead here, till firing down the conscripts. Now it's Fatal Thoughts time to blast the rations, and in fact leaves the path open out to the northern fuel point easily, but there you go. Isundil does not give over, hits the calf one again. Fatal Thoughts still not taking up or choosing a doctrine. Probably Fatal Thoughts feeling a bit more pressured. He's having a harder time there making a decision. Maybe hard to say there since I can't really read his thoughts, except they're clearly fatal, but beyond that, I rather lack deeper insight. Artillery firing down there on the Russian positions, but since they don't really suffer from friendly fire, at least they have some pretty lenient modifiers, so nothing's going to happen there. We got Mechanized Armour Company out for Viklas. Isundil's going to have to go for the tank command first, but I imagine he's going to push for it as well, and they'll likely try and push for their respective bigger tanks. Failed Thoughts still not attacking, but he's gaining field points, he's gaining calf points, he's gaining just points in general. The Russians have been routed at least for a bit, but there's going to be a fresh wave here from Viklas and Isundil in the 3rd Mechanized Corps to try and shatter the 5th SS Panzerdivision Viking. Initially, it was sort of meant to be composed of Scandinavian volunteers. It also, by the way, had Finnish people in it, though they were sort of withdrawn at a certain point. But basically, at a certain point, they just decided it should be more of a Germanic division and moved the Scandinavian volunteers, that is primarily Norwegians and Danes, to their own newly formed unit. It was the Nordland Panzergrenadier Division, SS as well, of course, which then fought primarily in the Baltics. It was actually pretty well equipped for a Panzergrenadier Division as well. That's a fun side note. Try on the way there for Fatal Thoughts. Finally got the tech. Troops moving ahead from the machine gun. Nice work then getting machine gun up for Fatal Thoughts. Certainly also gives him a nice combined arms weight. He just really lacks anti-tank weapons and could find something in them soon, but still, machine guns and artillery. Very nice combo there. But we got their Viklas with a big assault, and that's going to flank the machine here, by the way. That's definitely going to be a retreat there if he can make it in time now with the flamethrower and the comms and command squad they're joining in. Oh, he's not going to be able to make it. Bit too slow there from Fatal Thoughts, unfortunately. Comes command squad. They're getting Veteran 3, popping a grenade, but he's going to get it whacked in return. A bit of a shame there for Viklas. Veteran 3 command squad is pretty good. But it is worth noting, it really didn't use the command abilities a lot, which, you know, is less optimal. Again, they're pretty good. Again, I can actually recommend not one step back. Stream Punk moving forward into double penal troopers. He's also gone for Mechanized Armour Company here. He's obviously going to go for the T-45. Fatal Thoughts moves his target. Not to cover the calf point though, just to sort of cover the area around here. Big 2-point fuel point, all that being seized back. Up north here, troops pushed back here by a mix of infantry, including Obersoldaten here for Pineapple. Sehr gut. Need to grab that machine gun back, and there you go. Morton needs to get out of there before the Germans silence that one. Otherwise, Fatal Thoughts is going to have a nice artillery advantage and be able to project his Fatal Thoughts further. There we go. Got a wipe. Very nice work. Need to use the mortar. Mortar's going to have to fall back here. Troops pushing forward here. Field gun or comms are down the way, defending. Popping a grenade. But sadly a bit too slow there. Max not sitting up in a good position either. He's going to lose another comms and command squad. That's starting to get a bit expensive here for Viklas, to be honest. That is starting to get a bit expensive. On top of losing the mortar, he just also lost 8 comms and command squad. Needs to be a bit more careful. They got it first. The Sion Pioneers, noting they're both focusing more on the north here, leaving the south and Pineapple there a bit more to itself. But I imagine that might change a bit once the tanks start arriving. There you go. Viklas going for the T-34 from 6. It's not far off from the T-45. He's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower. Meanwhile, the Oberkommando West is a bit further away there from any fuel. Pineapple, by the way, I'm a bit surprised hasn't gone for 221. That is 223 then, to then grab the fuel point there for extra fuel. I mean, it would quickly earn itself in. It would just allow him to push for tanks faster. So, I mean, that could be a thing there for Pineapple to consider. Fuel cache up for Isundil. That is a very good decision here. You can also go for the T-35 soon. Something exploded, taking out the field gun by the looks of it. I'm guessing what happened here is a mine went off. And if then set off by something else rather than instantly, you know, the explosion tends to magnify the explosion. Or was it a demo charge? I don't know. I'm guessing it was a demo charge, then someone just... I don't know. Either way, stuff exploded hard. Need to shoot the maximum T-35 on the way there for Isundil. Viklas got his max T-35. He's actually taking heavy damage here. Lots of casualties. Losing plenty of support weapons. He's barely got any infantry left as well. Viklas needs to work on his unit preservation. There we go. T-35 as well for Isundil. So there you go. The Russians now have the tank edge, but they need to work on recovering from the infantry losses they've suffered. Otherwise, the Germans are really going to sort of punish them. Panzer on the way there for Pineapple, and also one for Fatal Thoughts, of course, of Pineapple with Elite Armour. He does get access to the heat rounds, which obviously is going to be quite useful versus the T-35 here. Fatal Thoughts is not quite going to have the same, so it's going to be a bit more of a struggle with him. Then again, if he sort of works together with Pineapple's Panzer Thought. Oh, Guard wiped up a storm of assault rifle fire there. Field recruit. He's actually trying to take it out there. I think that's not quite the most cost-efficient choice there. T-35 was going to deal with the infantry. Quite a blow that he's sort of losing a guard squad like that. T-35 moving in his own here. Needs to be mindful not to extend so they get a mine like there and then get stuck and destroyed. Up north here, folks, they're being taken up with the T-35-6. Machine gun and main gun doing a lot of damage. It is really worth keeping in mind the whole machine gun of the T-35-6 is really good. It can actually do a lot of damage to infantry. So it's actually quite important to keep the front of the T-35-6 always facing towards the enemy, and particularly also infantry, since again it's not just about, you know, the armor being better, the whole machine gun is genuinely good versus infantry. Gonna get Panzerfaust there, but still doing a lot of damage with the machine gun. The Sturm Pioneers are rapidly bleeding out, and there you go, almost got an entire unit, there you go, Fatal Thoughts loses another Sturm Pioneer squad. Forces them moving ahead, right in front of it, trying to get out the point, and there you go, further casualty again. The T-35-6 is just mowing them down. Forcing a route there, field and cleared out again, even more mindful of that. T-35 moving in, Panzerfaust there for Pineapple. Fatal Thoughts, Panzerfaust also arrived, still no doctrine for Fatal Thoughts. We're slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, and we're still not seeing anything from Fatal Thoughts. Would like to see something there. Meanwhile, Viklas could consider another T-35, but he could also go for the KV-8. Plus, we've got Tank Overwatch now ready to, you know, ruin any German armored concentration. Needs to make it very uncomfortable. Viklas is replacing his losses bit by bit, but still needs to be mindful that his unit preservation is definitely displaying some significant either flaws or tendencies towards being historically accurate. Waka waka waka. T-35 moving in, the closing mention one, they go directly down the tanks 4. In fact, lots of damage being done by the T-35 on the field gun, taking down to less than half health. And Sturm has been suppressed on the victory point, noting a victory point here for the Russians, or the Soviets, over the Germans. Back here, troops in reinforcing. So what will be for Viklas? It looks like he's going to go for the KV-8, and certainly that could be a really strong, obvious choice there. There's all the infantry, since he's very good with them, plus he can still got lots of fire. So I could see that one working out. So, again, need to cover that field gun. He's losing experience on it a lot there. Troops moving through the south here. As for Isundil, I imagine more T-35s. Flares popping up there. Nice work by the Fatal Thoughts, actually using the Russian flare ability on the mortar. Thumbs up there. But a lot of them tend not to use it, but it's nice to see German play actually use it. Mortar wiped again. Field gun wiped again. Nice flank here with Pineapple actually. Bit of deeper flank could go poorly, but so far seems to be no immediate contest to that. And another T-35 on the way there for Isundil. Katyusha on the way for Viklas. Or Viklas. Yeah, for some reason whenever I hear the name Viklas, I think of some sort of ancient Baltic god. of the swamps. Anyways, troops standing about here. T-55 number 2 almost down there for Isundil. T-5476 moving up there, taking out the Sturmpioniere. Bit of a bad spot that's caught in by Pineapple Sturmpioneers. He's actually floating a bunch of manpower there. He could consider some support weapons or something. Or, you know, a 223. Field force with another Panther 4. Pineapple, of course, could also go for one. He could also try and aim bigger, say for a Panther here. Oh, he's going to lose that T-5476. Yep, very unfortunate there for Viklas. Again, his unit preservation is showing a few lackings, and there you go, the T-54 taking heavy damage. Other one moving in. That Panzer IV has survived a lot of punishment, and there you go. Eventually 2 gains, second Panzer IV, he's going to have to fall back here with this other T-55 as well there. So close to that mine, by the way. And we got Tango Watch calling in here. Oh dear, trying to turn the tables here on the Germans. Oh dear, to the fire landing down in there. Oh, another hit. Not doing a lot of damage this time around. Bit lucky there for Fatal Thoughts. Katyusha firing down as well here, but at least it saved the T-55, so even if Viklas' tank could not be saved. More Panzer IV out there. Could Panel be planning here for the Sturmtiger? I mean, it's an option, but so would a Panther, and I think the Panther would be long-term a bit of a better choice. Obviously, there's the argument he wants the most annoying choice, and the Sturmtiger definitely falls into that category. It's very annoying to fight against. What was from there for Fatal Thoughts? Still no doctrine though. At this stage it's starting to look either like Overwatch or Breakthrough. I mean, he could go for Luftwaffe as well, but usually want to go for that one a bit soon, I feel. But it could be an option. Seizing the point here. Repair ceiling. Issue to farm away there for Viklas. We'll obviously keep that one a bit better. Modify up north. One T-55 good to go, the other one is also good to go. You should probably try one. There you go, folks. Caught here by the T-55. Panzer IV moving in, actually 2 right into the penal troopers. Not quite an aggressive enough push to get too close to the penals other than to tank hatch with him, and then he might be able to pop. Yeah, there we go, he gets enough space in between the two to pop the anti-tank house charge and damages the Panzer IV dramatically. Down to half health, damaged engine. 2 T-55s going for it. We got heat rounds out here to try and assist, but it's not going to work out. Shot bounced. Damage there down to the T-55s, but again, they have a lot of health, and more importantly, they got numbers on their side. So in this case, the kidnapper's arrival, and is apparently causing him to fall back here. Whew, almost got a wipe there. And there we go, Panther IV flanking in here from Fatal Thoughts. Nice aggressive move here. Panther IV taking hits, T-55 also taking hits here. Back and forth. Being flanked here by Guardsman here. T-55 gets out of there. Panther IV down to half health. Tense stuff here. Snaps one Guardsman. And machine gun flank there prevents them from pursuing any further progress. H farming up, the Katyusha also hanging back. T-55 is going to need some immediate emergency repairs. H farming up, backed up by the Commissar Maxim. There you go, Filgan's right, get destroyed. There you go, direct hit from Initiative 5. Obersoldaten doing what they can as well here. Anti-tank grenade off, damaging the engine right in front of the Initiative 5. This is pretty grim for Fatal Thoughts. Almost got it there. One more hit, and that Panzer IV is going to be on fire. If the H-5 can hit it. If. Looks like he might just get away due to the fact he has to drive around the standard territory point there. Panther out here for Pineapple. Sehr good. Both T-54s good to go, and there's another T-54 85 on the way for Isundil, bring up to a total of 3. That's definitely some furious armoured force. So they're firing down here around the Belgrade pedestal to catch infantry. We got mechanized raiding up for Fatal Thoughts, allowing for repairs there, very good. Could also be setting up for a King Tide in the long run. Still no doctrine though, still no doctrine. T-54 moving up, engaging Pineapple's western lines. Double orbs enough for him, mine goes off there. Killing Penals was more worryingly damaging the engine of the T-55. Of course, we got no one. And we got the Panther moving in here. This is going to be seen a big fight, particularly the Penals will just retreat. giving the Panther less resistance. There you go, Panther 4 moving in. No heat rounds as yet degrees to happen. There you go, heat rounds popped in the Panther 4. T-Fed Force focusing down as its easy target. Oh dear. T-Fed 5 down here. Panther's bouncing shots. Mark target on it. Oh dear, other T-Feds moving in. Version 5 shooting. All the shots are bouncing off the Panther's frontal armour. Not a single shot is penetrating after a certain point, it seems. Pretty good luck there for Pineapple. Damaging the issue to 5. Panther 4 falls back. Opposite line, they're almost annihilated. An absolutely brutal scene. And there you go. One squad does bite the dust. Might want to move the T-55 to support his teammate there. Getting Sturmpanzers around the centre. 6 kills there. Panther's going to try and move in here. Ooh, close. Penetrating hit them both tanks. And there you go. Panther Force going for the HQ5, destroying it. A build rate there, but failed Force leaves Victors once more. Bit shot and everything. And there you go. T-55 on the west are being outmaneuvered by the Panther 4 and the Panther. A boat maneuver there, but Pineapple taking out another T-55. The Russians are in a really tricky pickle here. They're going to have to do some hard work to turn this run around. Eventually, 3 Panther 4, the push back. Panthers almost destroyed though. And now T-Field Force bring up his Panther Force trying to deal with all this. So it does risk a lot of anti-tank rifle plus the potential of the T-Field Ultra Rav again. Bet you 2 gain and 1 Panther 4. And there you go into tank capsules going off. Panther 4 getting one of the penal squads. Isundil is now also bleeding out aggressively here. Another anti-tank satchel charge there. Main gun now. And it goes down. Field Force has lost the Panzer. Likely is going to lose another one. Mortar there. Oh, machine gun actually wiped out. Veteran 2 T-45. Veteran 2. And there you go. Panther 4 explodes. Still an absolutely brutal engagement here. Field Force has certainly been crucified almost, but Pineapple's actually looking much better off. So the German or Russians are going to have to do some hard work to get this round from this. And Viklas really needs to work in Juniper Series. That one definitely has shown some rather noticeable flaws here and there. Viklas loading a lot of manpower. Definitely need to spend some of that. Recruiting weapons, fixing up the T-45. Katyusha hanging back. We got the Kamsa squad number, I don't know what, for Viklas. He's been losing a bunch of them. Another HT5 for him as well. Panther 4 sitting up, backed up by the Panther. Hitting the victory points again. Large engagement here. Gaspman, Conscripts, Volkskriegs, Sturmpanzers all fighting up. T-45 and Katyusha as well here. Oh, Failed Force is rather suffering another excruciating bloodletting here. He's losing most of his infantry now, in fact. We could see another wipe in minimum. Oh, and there we go. He's barely got anything left. He's got some artillery and a bit of infantry, which is roughly what Viklas has left. That rather loses Isundil here, and Pyle will do most of the heavier fighting at the moment. Definitely not the best assault there by Field Force. I think you're trying a bit more broader one. At least laid down some smoke. Panther 4 fighting out. They're halfway to Victory 4. Very good there for Pineapple. Less good for the Russians, the Soviets. Isundil, I imagine, is going to go for another T-45. He might want to bring up at least a bit more infantry, maybe, or something else. 297 and 266. Big push by Pineapple there in the centre victory point by infantry. Gasping penal troopers. T-45 going in there, 23 kills, closing on the ace load, grenade off, and oh! Almost got the wipe. Panther 4 is going into the flank. Isundil needs to be careful about that. There we go, HQ5 arrives to the scene here. Very close to Victory 4 there, very close. Katyusha there, hanging back for now. Loading mechanized range as well there for Pineapple. Field Force still hasn't chosen a doctrine. What is he thinking? I wonder. There we go, Isundil with the second T-3045. Nice shot there. Panther moving in. H5 backing up. Shots fight miss, and there you go. Fulton's almost taken out. Hitting the northern fuel point. Nice work there by Fatal Thoughts. Grabbing the northern fuel. T-3045 number something out there for Isundil. Viklas will have to see what he ends up with. Lance gun there, close to veteran 3, mortar at veteran 2. Big push here, Panzer 4 moving up, could maybe fire the Katyusha around here. Okay, apparently the T-35 can't see them through there. There we go, other one arrives, and there you go, full route here, Katyusha fire raining down on the Germans. So there you go, almost taking out Pineapple's veteran 4 Sturm Pioneer squad. Landwehr almost taking that as well. Quite harsh stuff. Moving in here, catching the Kettenwerfer, gunning it down, machine guns main gun. There you go, the Kettenwerfer crew is exterminated. Panther moving in from one side with heat rounds, Panther moving from the other side. Tank destroyers backing up, they're very good, engaging the Panther head on. Penetrating hits, and the Panther T-35 falling back here to avoid any sort of unhealthy engagements there. Pineapple might be setting up for King Tiger now, so it could be a Fatal Thought, so still less than chosen the docks in. We're at the 30-minute mark. Definitely starting to look worrisome. Ace T-35, they're being flanked by the Panther 4, which gained 54. Oh! Shot bounces, really lucky there for Isundil. He did not lose his Ace T-35 there. He's hero of the Soviet Union. H5 close to veteran 2. Unit wiped out somewhere. Failed Thoughts has continued to take quite a beating. But yeah, he's seemingly aiming for the King Tiger to swing game around, as opposed to the Yak Tiger. But that would be a bit something else. Ace being repaired there, 31 kills, good work there. But right now the Germans are sweeping across most of the train here, denying it to the Red Army. Another good hit there. 297 to 219. And we finally got a doctrine here. 32 minutes of the game, Failed Thoughts goes for Luftwaffe. Might be gone for that one sooner, because you'd use the Valiant Assault and some fight teams maybe to get some more of the infantry, make some better attacks. I mean, Valiant Assault is a really good ability, to be honest, really good. Like Matt Brown again for the Airborne Assault and the smoke reconnaissance. There you go, King Tiger out for Failed Thoughts, pin up machine being added. Pineapple is not far off from the King Tiger army, and we're going to see double King Tiger action most likely. Which point it's going to be really crucial to set up a good anti-tank Overwatch, I think, to have a good chance of stopping them. Ten kills there, very good work. 19, good use of barrages there by Failed Thoughts. More Katyusha fire here from Viklas. Landwehr crew almost wiped out here. There we go, all of the expenses gone. Small win for the Soviets. Still no use of the ability in particular, and still no use of not one step back. And there you go, one hell of a shot from T-35, almost taking out all of the Fulton grenadiers in one go. Outstanding work there by Sundil's T-35 crews. King Tiger going up the east side here. Pineapple's King Tiger is super close. Moving forward for the Königstiger. It's 88 in the turret there, swing around. Oh, main gun turret swing around there, shooting at the Guardsman. Missing. This time they're getting killed in the maximum. Mission 5 shoots penetrates. We got Airborne Assault going into support. All victory points by now under control of the Germans. Pineapple is ever so close to the King Tiger of his own. More fighting around the centre here. Panther 4, Panther there pushing back. We got artillery raining down here. Destroying a lot of stuff. Using by the way here the Panther commander of the Panther 4. Nice work there. I think that was Viklas getting absolutely brutalised in the infantry department again. Thanks to that strike. Since Isundil has most of his infantry somewhat intact. And there you go. Second King Tiger out there. He's 2 King Tigers and a Panther on the battlefield. Suffice to say, Isundil, Viklas and the 3rd Mechanized Corps have quite the challenge ahead of them. Panther with heat rounds flanking the T-35s, then nice work. Also Veteran 2 adding Schutzen. Penetrating hits there. King Tiger trying to move up, but the Decisive close. There we go. Shots fired. Issue 5 joining in here. Panther taking heavy damage. Almost losing the AC. That'd be definitely a bit of a loss there. 40 Isundil for the Sword Army. And, oh, can we close it? Survives with this level of health there. Panther 4 moving in. Veteran 4 close to the ace level. King Tiger moving in. Heat rounds being used. H5 lands a good hit there close to the ace level. Quickly builds as much distance as he can. Conscripts bring up the anti-tank rifle and the anti-tank with HC 5 goes down. Artillery raining down here. Anti-tank overwatch. Ace Panther 4's line go down. He's moving in. The Panther for some reason. The crazy bastard. There we go. Panther's down. Pineapple's lost most of his armor, but he still has the King Tiger of his own and Fatal Thoughts King Tiger. He's making out. Meanwhile, he soon does have tanks, but they die need repairs. Second King Tiger moving in there. Adding the Panzer Commander to it. Artillery raining down on that one as well, but not exactly as you might be noticing. Doing a lot of damage. In fact, the King Tiger was actually built to withstand artillery strikes from above. It actually had thick top armor, though it would still not be a very comfortable ride. King Tiger there, half health. Other one falling back there with a bit more health than that. Katyusha fire raining down there, and absolutely brutal series of engagements there. Soon as T-35s there are in dire need repairs. You might want to use the self-repairs just to speed that up a bit further here and there. And they still need more infantry, I think. Grab the fuel point here, be down to 130 versus 297. King Tiger being repaired.
Anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
Troops reinforcing. T-3476 on the way for Viklas. King Tiger being repaired as well. Nice flank there. Very nice. Isundil going for another T-45. That's going to be 3 again. Including, of course, that ace. That hero of the Soviet Union. Unit taken out. And there you go. T-34 rolling to the front line here. Fatal Thoughts could go for a Panther 4 now. You could also say up for a Panther if you wanted to. Both are usually options. Lots of Panther fires on the ace. Ooh, that's not good there for Isundil. Looks like Pineap's going to try and take it out. There we got T-34 coming in there. And looks like he's decided to hold back a bit in case of tank destroyers and anti-tank guns, which is certainly a valid recent move. And there you go. Switch your T-rounds to the King Tiger, shoots and hits the T-3476. Quickly getting assaulted here with the T-45. You might want to try and turn around this so you can make better use of the choke position. There you go. Second King Tiger engaging the T-45 as well there. There you go. Massive hit there to the T-45. Almost got it. Almost got it. Gets away though. Oh, doesn't. Raketenwerfer takes it out. Strange Raketenwerfer, the King Tiger hit. Down to half health. Other T-45 going into the ace. Eventually 2 T-45. We got air support called in here. T-55 abandoned. There's just one ace left. T-55 still looking to try and take it out, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Shots are bouncing. Penetrating hit there. This is the King Tiger as well, though. They're going to be caught in a deadly crossfire between 2 King Tigers. That is an absolute death sentence. There you go. Main gun out on the ace. No more borscht for that guy. And there we go. Isundil and Viklas renders an absolutely cataclysmic tank battle here in the end. German engineering proves superior. So there you go. GG, game over. A victory for the fatherland. A loss for the Soviet Union. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Denton. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all are wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.